Hi, Mr. George. Really nice to having you here with us.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
And thank you for being with us on وقت. So, congratulations for your new beautiful launches. But the first, I would like to ask you about your participation in Dubai Watch Week. Tell us about your experience and about your feedback about the city and the fair.
I love it. I've seen the development of the last 6 years. It started small, and I must congratulate the Siddiqui family for putting so much energy and efforts in this event, which has been growing tremendously. I think there are now more than 60 brands present.
Exactly.
And the good thing about it, it's accessible to everybody. It's not a closed fair like we would have at Watch and Wonders. No, the population can come here, can access the watches, can talk to the people. It's not about selling watches. It's about interacting with watch lovers. It's about building culture around watchmaking. So chapeau to the Siddiquis and to what they've been doing.
So how is your experience as a Breitling brand always? I'm talking about the individual brand experience in Dubai Watch Week. You were participating for a long time.
Absolutely, and we use it now as a platform to launch products, and we are launching here now the Avenger, because the Avenger has always been a very strong product in the Middle East, has been a leading product in the Middle East, because many people love aviation. We have been linked to many projects in the region, and celebrities have been wearing and using aviation. So we are known for that. And this market is very important for us. So being here, personally, making the presentations, meeting with collectors, being at the event, etc., has been obvious for us.
We see like Breitling focusing on collaborations, which they are nice collaborations with Air Force. So you are targeting as your air, sea and land.
So we have 3 segments.
Yeah.
I mean, next year we'll talk about this because we have our 140th anniversary next year. But when you look into our history, we have 3 segments: air, land, and sea, since always. But the air pillar is certainly the strongest, with the classic avi, aviation of the 30s and 40s, and the Navitimer, which is more civil aviation of the 50s and 60s, and modern aviation with the one I'm wearing here, the Avenger. So yes, we have 3 segments, different segments. We are generalist brand, but our pilots pillar is super strong, and we are certainly the leader in pilot watches in the industry.
One of the most popular collection that really hit was the endurance. So I just want to ask you where the idea came for the endurance.
The idea came, to be very honest, when I talked to one of our ambassadors called Jan Frodeno, who is a GOAT, the greatest of all time in triathlon. And when we talked to him and we looked at the watches, he asked me, George, which one should I wear when I train leisure? And we had nothing. We had only these steel watches. But then I remembered that Breitling had that material called bright light, which is a very light material. Some brands are using it. Very expensive brands are using it. And then we decided to go for a very sporty watch, and a very colorful watch, which also was a little bit inspired of that watch called Sprint. We had in the 50s, 60s a watch called Sprint, and we associated light materials with colorful accents, if you want, and created this Endurance Pro, which is very cool for outdoor, for cycling, to go to the beach, to be on a boat, etc., and has been a very good journey with this watch.
What about your new launches? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
So we had, at the beginning of the year, we did a lot of work on the Premier and on the Top Time, the more classic, I would say, designs we have in our collection. a couple of weeks back, we launched the Navitimer 36 and 32 in the female segment, which is strongly growing. In partnership with Charlize Theron, it has been very well received, and we have great results here also in the Middle East. And now we are launching here very much a male product, which is the Avenger, which, as I said, is one of the most successful lines we have here also in the Middle East. I would say representing modern aviation. I wear here the ceramic execution. It's the first time we have ceramic with a carbon dial and titanium pushers, and of course with our in-house B01 movement. So we're using our in-house B01 movement now basically in all our chronographs.
Talking about in-house, are you planning to go full in-house one day? Is that in your plan?
Yes, and it's known in the market. We're going to launch in the next 12 to 18 months our manufacture automatic movement, which is a very cool movement, very solid. I wanted something really solid and resilient and powerful. It's a little bit has a little bit wider diameters than the classic automatic you would find in the market. We will not be able to use it for really small watches. For females watches it will be too big, but we can even do a 38 millimeter, for instance, in men. But it's a very solid and tough movement, representing, I would say, Breitling.
That's so nice. In Geneva Watch Days this year, I have seen that you started to go smaller size, which is really something, I guess, I believe it is nice from my own perspective.
Yes, absolutely, and it makes sense because we are a worldwide brand. You have different ergonomies. So yes, in the US or in the UK, we would even sell 46 millimeters, but we need to have a 40 millimeter. We have now on the Avenger the automatic 40 or 42 GMT, but I can imagine with our manufacture automatic also to go into a 38 millimeter male's watch.
Well, Mr. George, thank you very much for being with us here today. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Hi to everybody.
And see you soon.
Absolutely, with pleasure, always.
See you soon, okay.